say back with another video, but it's my first video. So I'm here with my first video. So give a round of applause for that. So yes, I am so excited, y'all. So I just want to give y'all like an idea of what to expect from my channel. So just expect vlogs, makeup tutorials, business advice, girl talk, all of that. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so you can join, become a posh babe, and period. So if y'all don't know what posh means, or what posh to me is my brand. So it's POSHMADE Cosmetics, and basically how I started that is just because posh basically means like elegant, and it made, you know, elegantly made. So POSHMADE is my brand, POSHMADE Cosmetics. Y'all can see some of the lashes. So the lashes I'm wearing is cash, and you can purchase those through the link below. And yeah, this video is going to be how I moved from Killeen, Texas to Houston, Texas, by myself, no help. I knew a couple of people out here, but I made the move by myself. Basically how I built up my clientele and how I was able to, you know, get my own apartment, get a brand new car, and also get my own makeup suite, which actually, this is actually my second one, because the first one, y'all, it's gonna be a whole story time because that was just crazy. As the tips that I used, some things that I learned as well, because you know this is my first time doing this. I'm only 21. I know people be like, oh my god, are you 21? Yes, I'm only 21. I just turned 21 in October, so hashtag Scorpio gang, period. So you know, I'm still learning and stuff like that, so I just want to share this information with you guys. How the video is going to be set up is that the first half I'm just going to share with you guys what I use personally, and then the second half is going to be like a Q&A. So I asked you guys some questions on my Instagram. My Instagram will be right here. Make sure you follow me, and it will also be linked down below. And I just hit 10,000, y'all, so thank y'all so much for the love and support that I always get. I know this is off topic, but I just want to thank y'all so much. Like, even when I be having like my down days, I don't be posting or anything like that, I always still get so much love. So I really appreciate it. So make sure y'all join the team or join the crew. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. So I'm gonna leave both my personal page and my my makeup page. Now don't be on my personal page asking me about an appointment, y'all. That's not. Don't be on my personal page asking me about that, but it is gonna be linked below as well. First things first, whenever you move to a new city, so just to give you guys some background, I've been doing makeup for consistently now like 3 years. So basically how I made a transition from working from a 9 to 5, I was working at a call center, to working at home. It was actually pretty easy because I was staying at home with my mom, so I wasn't paying any major bills. So, you know, I always had a love for makeup since I was like 14, 15. I was working at the call center when I was 18. So I would stop doing makeup in between. So I always had a love for it, but it's just like, I realized quickly that that just wasn't for me. Like, working all day for $80, it just wasn't giving. It was not giving. It's like, I don't want to do that. So I did my friend's makeup. She was my friend at the time. I did her makeup for her birthday, and it just like sparked something in me. I was like, I need to start doing makeup. Like, yes. So I started taking clients, y'all. If I can, I'm into some pictures of when I like started taking it serious, charging like $45, $30, like very cheap, just to get people in my chair, because it's like I just love makeup so much. You know, I just want to build up my clientele, just practice, y'all. Like, I was using like cheap products. There's nothing wrong with cheap products, but I was just like dedicated just to keep practicing. So I was just practicing everything, and eventually like my clientele is building up a little bit. So I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never put in no 2 weeks notice at a job. I just stopped showing up. So I stopped showing up to the job, and then I started taking clients like at home. And so my clients who remember, like back in Killeen, I was doing makeup like all the way until I moved up here to Houston. I was doing makeup out of my room. I had my bed on one side, I had a little chair, and it was like the second drawer that my first drawer on the right hand side that I had full of just makeup, like, you know, sectioned off and stuff. So so I was doing that for like 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I was 21, so like 2 years. And stuff. So that's basically the transition that I made. But you know, if you can't do stuff like that, then I would say just save up some money, and you know, save up some money from each paycheck, and then, you know, start going to your job or quit your job, or even work both. But don't just quit your job like cold turkey and you trying to struggle and stuff. But first things first, the first thing that you want to do when you're planning on moving to a new city is you want to create a plan. And y'all, I wrote some notes down, so if y'all see me looking down, I just wrote a little some notes. So you want to create a plan. So you don't want to just like get up one day and be like, okay, I'm moving to Houston, I'm moving somewhere. I mean, it sounds good, like y'all be seeing videos and stuff on TikTok, but you just kind of want to be very strategic about it. So one thing I put on here is, how much money do you need to move? Now, personally, I feel like you can, if you do these steps right, if you save up 2 months rent, you should be able to move out. Like, you know, I don't have any kids too, so it was a lot easier for me, you know, because I don't have any kids and stuff. So I really just, once I had the money, I got my stuff and I left, you know. So you need to figure out how much money is it going to cost for you to move, what are your moving fees, your deposits, you know, things like that. What area are you staying in, which I'll go into that a little bit later. And you know, do you have to hire movers, a U-Haul, all these types of things. So sit down, write down your expenses, and see how much everything is going to be. Now, here's a mistake I made. So I was just so ready because I was saving the money and how things were working out at home. I'll probably go into that later, but I got another video. But how things were going on at home, I really had to like save up my money and then go, or already being like in a not a very like comfortable position. So I was just trying to hurry up. Like, you know, I'm excited. I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna get my own apartment. I was being ready to get my own apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go. So I was rushing. So long story short, I ended up in Katie's. It's cool, but I'm on the outskirts, you know. So later on, as I'm doing my clients, I realized that my clients have to do a 25-minute commute. Now, if you book with me before, y'all know, and this is why I mess with y'all so heavy, because y'all are very supportive. But it was a little commute, like 25 minutes from the central area. So whenever you're moving, just you know, you want to kind of stay in the center parts of the city, like midtown, downtown, somewhere where it's like 15 minutes away from everything, 10 minutes away. If you don't decide to stay there, I'll say get a suite there, and we'll go into that a little bit later. So figure out what part of the city you want to stay in as well, because now don't get me wrong, whenever I was staying in Katy, I was still getting a good amount of clientele because of how I was promoting myself, Instagram, you know, Facebook, TikTok, and stuff like that. And then plus, you know, when I was doing makeup in Katy, I heard all the time, like, you know, I've been waiting for a makeup artist like you. Most people stay on the southwest side and stuff like that. So when you stay in a bigger city like that, you can really definitely like be in that part of the city, and you can run up some money in that part of the city. You know what I'm saying? Because like, for example, Katy is so big, you have Houston is so big, you have Katy, Cypress, you have Richmond, you have Humble, you have Sugarland, you have Pearland, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all these different cities, like inside of one city. You can be in one part of the of Houston, and you can stay there and you can really make your money. But for convenience, y'all, you know, I would say do something that's a little bit, try to find an area that's a little bit closer to the city. Thing that you need to ask yourself is, are you gonna be working from home, or are you working in a suite? Now, when I first moved out here, probably for the first 5 months, I was working at home. So I have a two bedroom, so my second room was my makeup room. So it was cool because I was, you know, saving money and stuff like that. But, you know, eventually I was like, okay, I need to be closer to the city. You know, I want to be somewhere where I could do walk-ins, I could do whatever. But one thing about it, y'all, like, I'm gonna make the money regardless. So I was still doing walk-ins at my house. You know, I had things set up in place, but I was doing walk-ins and stuff. But, you know, I want to make it where I could do walk-ins, people come pick up their products. I wanted to have it like almost like a storefront, which I want to get in a couple of years. So I was just kind of tired of everybody coming in and out of my house and stuff like that. And, you know, everybody know where you stay and everything. So that's why I decided to get a suite. And now my suite is in the central part of the city. And once my lease is up, I'll move closer to the city as well. So I don't have to make that 25-minute drive, 15-20-minute drive, depending on the traffic. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're gonna stay in a suite, you also need to calculate your expenses and see how much that you're gonna have to pay a month or a week in booth rent. So to me, I think, like, me personally, like for makeup, I'd rather have my own personal suite because I have a lot of makeup. So just to be like in a small little area with all that makeup, ring lights and everything, I was like, no, I need my own space. So I searched around. I just searched around. I eventually found a spot. So here's a tip that I learned as well. Like I said, I'm gonna go into a whole story time about this. So whenever you're looking for like an office suite, just, you know, you can just drive around the city and just type in on your Google Maps office suites, or just search it up and call them. But now keep in mind, I say it's best to cut out the middleman. So you have people who sublease. So you have like corporate, you have the people who sublease, and then there's you. So people who sublease to y'all, they're in the middleman. I would try to just go straight to corporate, or just like the people who work in the office and stuff like that. Cut the middleman out, because 10 times out of 10 it's going to be cheaper, because the person who is the middleman, they're going to have to upcharge so they get their profit, which as they should. But you know, if you're trying to save some money, and you're gonna get more for your money 9 times out of 10, I would say just go straight to the people who work in the office and contact them and see what your budget is. So some of them, most of them, if you go straight to the office, it's gonna be once a month. So, you know, you can make your money in one day depending on how your schedule is set up and stuff like that. You know, just starting off, you don't need nothing that's more than $400 a month. That honestly, that's more than enough space. $300 would be good. You know, because you know, you want the big things, you want a nice suite, you want this, but when you hungry and you trying to be out here in the city and you just trying to get to work, you know, don't just stay in a rinky-dink spot. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. But you know, you gonna build up to it. You know, I feel like sometimes on social media we always trying to keep up with the next thing or whatever. Be straight in real life. Evaluate your expenses. Don't live in delusion. Look at your bank account and see. Okay, look at your expenses and see how much you can afford. You know what I'm saying? And then what's your experience, your customer service, and you know, the outcome of their makeup, nails, hair, whatever you do, they're gonna keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was still making good money living in Katy. People were still driving to Katy because they was, you know, my work was speaking for itself. Plus I offer, you know, good customer service as well. So start off with what you can afford. You don't need the big old thing now. After that, I would say another question you need to ask yourself is, how many clients or money do you need to have to cover up all of your living expenses? Let's say your rent is $1,600. Okay, is electricity included in that? You know, all these different expenses, your car note, whatever the case may be. How many clients do you need to have, or how much money do you need to make to have that and live comfortably? You know, so me personally, I try to make at least double. Yeah, I try to make at least double of what my living expenses are. You know what I'm saying? And how you do that, you know, you set your own prices. So you want to be competitive with your prices, but you also want to keep in mind that you can't come into a new city, depending on how your following is and stuff like that. But just off speaking from experience, I knew coming out here, I couldn't charge $120 off top and expecting to be booked like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a new city with over 1 million people. I'm already kind of far from the city. You know what I'm saying? I have all these different things. I can't just be like, okay, boom, I'm finna do whatever. So basically I was looking around and I was just seeing like, okay, what are people around me charging? You know, I know I'm not the worst makeup artist. I know I'm not well known. I'm very good. So, you know, a lot of people don't know about me yet. That's what I was thinking at the time. So honestly, I was starting off like at 85 for a natural glam, 100 for a full glam. So that was like average price. You know, actually out here in Houston, average price for a natural glam is like $100. So that's like average. I want to be like a little bit lower, and that's just like a deal almost type thing. Because you have to think about it like this. Not when people have their prices, it's a lot of things that go into the prices, the location, the materials that they use, all these different types of things. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, $85 is a pretty good price because they already got to come out the way anyways. You know what I'm saying? I had to go like, okay, cool. Once I'm in my suite, then I'm going to go up on my prices. So just keep that in mind. So I would just, you know, see what the average price is in your area and just charge like maybe $15, $10 less. You know, you'll know what to charge though, you know, because I had some clients come in and they were just like, girl, you need to go up on your prices, you need to go up, whatever. But I say this all the time. I cannot preach this enough. Set your prices to the audience you want to attract. I'm going to say it again. Set your prices to the audience you want to attract. Now, if you are charging $20 for a face or a wig install, whatever, you're going to get them $20 clients. And you can't even be mad about it. You can't be mad because those are the prices you set. Now, if your prices are, you know, average or a little bit higher, whatever, like for example, you got some people who are charging $220 for a wig install. But think about their clientele. They might be YouTubers, they might be influencers, they might be whatever. They're gonna be them type of clients who they're gonna keep up with their hair, they're gonna keep up with their makeup. They care about their looks and stuff. I'm not saying people who charge $20 or people who go to someone who charges $20 don't care about their looks, but it's a different type of clientele. You know what I'm saying? Set your prices so you still have like room to grow. Like, you just don't want to start off like at, let's say for a full face, which is very doable, you know. Let's say you start off at 150. Okay, so you're not never gonna have no time to grow, you know what I'm saying, to raise your prices to 175, whatever. I would have started off a little bit lower and have time for that. I was gonna say when it comes to promoting your business. So when it comes to promoting your business, you need to be in them groups. So every city that you're gonna visit to, especially if it's a big city, they have beauty groups on Facebook. You need to be posting in all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in Houston. So I'm like in Houston Hair and Braids, I'm in Houston Beauty, I'm in Houston, whatever Houston beauty group that they have, I'm in it. I guarantee you I'm in it. Because I was in Killeen, and at least I was booked on Friday and Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Because Killeen is small, so most of my clients is on the weekend. But to come out here, and I remember one weekend I only had one client. I said, baby, rent is due on the 1st. You know, and this was a Friday. You know what I'm saying? I knew if nothing else, I was going to be booked on a weekend. So I have no choice but to promote. So I feel like moving out the city where you're from is really going to start that hustle in you, because especially if you're out here by yourself and you sign a year lease, a 6-month lease, whatever, you have no choice but to make it. That's my thought process. You know, so that means you have to stay in the house a little bit longer, promote 6 times a day, run a little special, run a little deal. Do it because you got to make this money and you still want to live comfortable. You know, you don't want to just live just to pay your bills. You want to live so you can go outside and have fun and enjoy the new city. So you got to promote. That's the thing. So promote on Facebook, use hashtags that are relevant to whatever you do. So like, let's say I'm in Houston makeup artist, Katie makeup artist, Sugarland makeup artist, Pearland makeup artist, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you want to do things like that. So, you know, when people are clicking Houston makeup artists, they'll see you. Because a lot of my clients, they find me through hashtags. So make sure you are using hashtags. That is a very big thing to do. If you're not using you don't need weak hashtags. I think Instagram gives you like you can get like 20 hashtags in one post. You need to be having 20 good hashtags. You know what I'm saying? Like the hashtags that have 1 million posts or whatever, you need to be on that one too. Don't just something dry, you know what I'm saying, makeup. Well, makeup is a good hashtag, but you know, just something like real dry. You know, tip is to look at the top book makeup artists in your city. See what hashtags they use and implement it to your hashtag. You can change it up a little bit. So, you know, use those hashtags. It's very important, y'all. Use those hashtags. There's another tip, y'all. I forgot this that I did as well. Now, if you can, which I highly suggest, and a lot of people do not do this, but I feel like you definitely do. If you can afford to fly down to the city or drive down maybe 2 times out the month or whatever, you need to do that. See if there's a suite that can let you like rent it out for a couple of days, you know. Or if you have a friend who stays out here, promoting those groups and have a flyer made. Hey, I'm gonna be in Houston. I'm just gonna use Houston because I'm in Houston. I'm gonna be in Houston these days. I'm running a whatever special. Do that, and that's something I did too. I think I still have it. I'm inserted in here as well. So like I said, these are things that work for me, so it works, y'all. So make sure that you know you come out here, you know, because it's gonna be hard when you're in a city like this where everybody does hair, everybody does nails, everybody does makeup, lashes, whatever. And if you don't already have a following or whatever, and you just think you're gonna come out here and come to a new city and you know you're gonna be the top book, whatever, it can happen. But a lot of these things come with footwork. You have to do the footwork. You know what I'm saying? Because you see somebody with a lot of followers, you don't see how much work they put in. So make sure you're putting in that work as well. So even if you do have a lot of followers, come out here, come to a new city and take some clients. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. So if you can, 2 times out the month, because one thing I do know to be true is that people love consistency. Even the algorithm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, they love consistency. The more that you are posting, hey, I'm out here, hey, hey, this, whatever, people are gonna be like, what is the hype about? You know what I'm saying? Who is this girl? And if your work is good too, like who is this? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna book with you. What we covered as far as what helped me build my clientele is create a plan. Make sure you have your finances and everything, how you plan on moving out here, have all that set up into place. I'll say have a deadline as well. You know, a deadline is something just to keep you accountable, but you have to realize things do happen in life. So let's say you want to move here in June. You want to move here in June, but something happens where you can't. Don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Just work hard. It does happen. So make sure you create a plan. Have in mind what part of the city you want to live in. figure out where you want to work at, from home or in a suite. How much money do you need to make for, you know, for you to live comfortably and be competitive with your pricing, y'all. That's really like my plan that I had. Cause honestly, when I moved out here, once I had the money, or you could even pay me to stay in Colleen, I was not. I'm gonna figure it out when I get there. I'm still figuring this stuff out now. You know, that's really just the entrepreneur in me, you know. So this is my first time. I'm really like the first in my family to do this. So I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm still young and stuff like that. But one thing about it, like I said, once I had the money, I was going to make something shake regardless. So it's good to have everything planned as well. But I'm here to let you guys know what I did, because now I can actually have it written out and I can tell y'all what worked. Because sometimes it's not always good to wing it. But if it does come down to it, keep in mind that location does play a big part, especially in a bigger city. And you know, once you got, I'm telling y'all, like, I tell this to my best friend, once you have that money to just move, you have no choice but to make it. You in a city like Houston, people need their hair, makeup, their nails done all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not promoting these groups, if you're not promoting on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, what are you doing? People need their hair done. I know me, I always get my hair done. Oh, one thing about it, I'm gonna get my hair done. But you know, promote. The clients is gonna come because people always need something done. So don't be in your head and in that mindset where everybody does hair, everybody does nails. It is 2022. If you still have that mindset, this being an entrepreneur is not for you, because what somebody else is doing has none of your business. You know, okay, people do hair, people do makeup. What makes you different from the next makeup artist? You, hairstylist, whatever. Make sure that you lock in with yourself, with your business, and that you know what makes you different. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You can put me in a room with another makeup artist. I'm still gonna stand my own. I have my own look. I have my own whatever, and I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset you gotta have, because your presence and how you present yourself is everything. So now, I hope that helped you guys. We're about to get into the Q&A. Second half of the video. So I asked some questions, so I'm just going to be reading these off. So first question is, when gaining clientele, did you do vendor events to network and promote? So I did not do any vendor events, but I did say that this year I do want to start going to more networking events and stuff like that. That is a great way to build your clientele. You know, out here it's a whole lot of networking events where you can meet new people and stuff like that. Really, me networking is me getting cute, doing my makeup, going to the club. Girls are, you know, friendly and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, I love your makeup. Oh my God, I love your lashes. I'm like, girl, I do makeup. You know, you can't be mean, you know, communicate like that. But I do want to go to some events. Did you go to school for beauty and travel with your certification? So I went to Aveda Institute, period. And I went to school to become an esthetician. What if your style of different is too different for a city you're moving to? So, I'm trying to think. I think you could really capitalize off of that, honestly, because people like different, you know, because people just like different. Like, so I think you could really make a lot of money off of that. Just depending, though, on what the demand is. So I would probably just make a couple of posts and just see how people react to it. Like, let's say, for example, you like a really, really soft, natural look. I'm sure there's makeup artists out here who just, that's all they do. You can't even pay them to do a full glam and stuff. So just see, like, if there's a demand for it in that city. But even if there's not a demand, you can make a demand for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can just be a whole different revenue of whatever you're doing. Adjust or just keep doing your style until you find your audience. So honestly, I just perfected my craft. So whenever I was doing makeup, I kind of had an idea like of what I wanted my clients to look like. Like, I just love, like, if you look at my work, y'all, it's all uniform. It's all uniform. So I just kind of had an idea of that, and I just kept on trying to perfect. Oh my God, what am I saying? I kept on trying to perfect and critique everything that I was doing when it came to my look. So let me see. Until you find your audience. Perfect that, and people are really gonna book with you. Like, sometimes I hear, oh, I really like how you do the eyebrows. I like how you can do all skin tones, or you can do whatever. And really, it's just me perfecting my craft. So just whatever you want your look to look like, perfect that, and the people are gonna come. Did you have any friends in the area before you moved? So yes, actually, Desire, she was really the only friend that I had out here. But we still on two different sides of town and stuff. But yeah, I think she moved out here like 1 month before I did. It wasn't planned though for us to move around the same time, but yeah. Did you compare your prices? Yes, I did. So I did compare my prices because I just had, like, I was looking at the top makeup artists. I was looking at the top book makeup artists. Who the hottest in the city? Okay, cool. They charging $150. I can't charge no $150 right now. Okay, I can't do that because I don't even know who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I? So so I was a lot lower than them and stuff. But yeah, I did compare my prices as well, just so I can make sure I wasn't overcharging for my, like, for me just being in the new city, and make sure I wasn't like undercharging too much. How did you tell your old clientele about you moving? I just posted. I posted. I think once I had an idea that I was moving, I just posted like in my captions, like relocating to Houston, June of 2021. And I kept them posting that, and then I posted on my story, just keeping them updated and stuff like that, that I will be moving. Just telling my clients as they came in, you know, as I was doing their makeup, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna be, you know, moving and stuff. And all of them was really, really happy for me and proud of me and stuff like that. So I just posted them on social media. I want to know, what is a good way to brand yourself? Good way to brand yourself, I would say, is really just finding the type of like look that you want and just sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say like me, on my clients, I love a bright under eye. I say it all the time. I love a bright under eye. So on my clients, it's all a bright under eye. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way to brand yourself. You kind of want to have the same name, whether your products, your business name, whatever, just to have it all on all platforms, if that makes sense, which I'm still like tweaking mine, y'all. I'm in the process of a rebrand. Just being consistent with everything that you do, from the name to the time, like from your work itself to how you promote on social media. Yeah, I feel like my work is really, like, if you look at it, well, I know in Killeen for sure because Houston's big, but I know, like, if you were to look at my work, you could tell, okay, she did her makeup type thing. So just being consistent. I'm not saying make all your clients look the same. You know, everybody's face is different, everybody's shade is different, but you just want to add your little special like touch to it. You know, even it could be something simple like the background of your pictures, or how you caption your words, or how your website is set up, just stuff like that. Make sure everything that you do is very personalized. What are some tips for getting clientele for beginners outside of people you know? Using social media as your advantage. Now, me personally, like, I'm on TikTok. I'm a TikTok fanatic. I love TikTok. So while I'm on TikTok, there's no reason why I'm not promoting my brand. Now, I remember one influencer said this. She said, if you have a business and you're not using social media to promote your business, then you're using social media wrong. And that's absolutely right. If every caption that you're posting or story you're posting is not relating somehow to your website, then you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just customize your captions, your Instagram stories, whatever. Use that as your advantage. Because I told this to my students in my online class that I had at the time. I said, you know, like, think about us everyday people. Think about how we're making Louis Vuitton rich, Chanel, Dior, whatever. We're strangers to them. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is that strangers are going to make you rich. You know, of course, you're going to have support, you know, from your family and friends and stuff like that. But ultimately, your strangers is who gonna make you rich, you know? So you have to target to them, you know? Yeah, you can tell your friends, yeah, please share this to your story, do whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You just need to make general posts so people are sharing to your story anyways and stuff like that. I promise you the most support is going to be from people you don't know. Like, how do you keep up with your income? So I use Acuity scheduling. So that is basically telling me how much money that I made that week, that month. So that helps a lot. And then also my bank statements. So I use Chase, which I really like Chase because it just tells me like my snapshot of how much money I spent, what I spent it on as well, and stuff like that. Yeah, and basically, so I have 2 bank accounts. So whenever you book an appointment, the deposit goes to like my personal bank account. So like I'll keep that. And then and then whenever you pay in cash or Zelle, that's my business account. And then that's wherever I pay like my bills and not my savings account. So my deposits are only like $30, so I use that to myself. And then the rest of it goes there. And then, you know, the banks, they have your bank statements and stuff like that. How do you like Houston? Lived there 11 months, didn't like it, but thinking about trying it again. I love Houston. I love Houston so much, y'all. Like, when I tell you, when I first moved out here, y'all, I was outside. I love Houston. Like, one of the reasons why I picked Houston instead of Dallas, and y'all, I'm gonna do a whole story time of why I did not go to Dallas. If y'all know, if you know, you know. But anyways, I love Houston because Houston, and I say this all the time, I love that Houston is like a luxury lifestyle, but you see like a lot of black people, like a lot of minorities live in lavish. Like you see black people going out the Gucci store, Louis Vuitton, whatever, cashing out. I was like, oh, it keep you on your toes. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna step correct. So I love it. I love how it's lit. I love how it's always something to do, Sunday through Sunday, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Which is good for me as a makeup artist because people need their makeup done. So it was good for that, and then good for me just on me being 21, wanting to go out. It's always something to do. If I'm bored, I can just get cute and go out. So I love you. Still, people makeup as inspiration, but don't compare. You know, don't compare to the point where it's like you second guessing yourself or your work and stuff. You got to lock in with yourself, lock in with your brand, and just really see, like, okay, come up with a master plan on how you're going to, like, how are you going to get to these many followers and these many clients and stuff like that. And when you're your best when you're your only competition and you just got like, you're just focused like this, ain't no stopping you. Can't nobody stop you. There is no way. Like I said, we could be in the same city, same room. People gonna come to you, people gonna come to me. You gotta be confident in your work. And why people are gonna come with you and mess with you is because it's like that goes into it. You, like I said, being consistent with your work, your customer service. You know, word of mouth is everything. Even in a big city like this, word of mouth is everything. Making sure that everybody has a good time and that they remember you, you know, because there is plenty of makeup artists out here. They could go to somewhere else, you know, but they decided to come to you. So make sure that it's worth their while. Yeah, that is how I built my clientele up. Oh, but yeah, y'all, moving to Houston has just been very great, y'all. Like I said, I was able to get a brand new car. I was able to get a new suite, and I was able to get my own apartment as well, as well as like many other things, you know. So these tips definitely do work. You just have to stay true to yourself. Speak things to existence, manifest, write things down. It's very important to write things down. It's one thing to talk about it, you know, like, you know, it's one thing to talk about it, y'all, but I feel like this year we actually got to do it. Like, do what you said you was going to do. If you say you're going to post 3 times a week, then post 3 times a week. Like, stop with the BS. Because if you see somebody else who got, for example, a new car or whatever, it does not mean you cannot get a new car. They all started off from square one. You're just as worthy as them to get whatever you want in this life, period. So you just got to put in the work, do the footwork, and it's gonna come. The clients, the money, all that's gonna come. But like I said, celebrate the small wins first. Celebrate them little small things, like boom, I got 5 clients this week. Boom. So with them 5 clients, cool, I'm finna make sure they got the best experience. I'm finna do, you know, I'm finna make sure that they just have a great time. I mean, I'm posting the content, make sure I got my ring light right, you know what I'm saying? All types of things. Like, you gotta really like lock in with them 5 clients. Next week, it might, entrepreneur life, it might just be 2 clients. Hey, I'm proud for my 2 clients. Thank y'all so much for coming. Boom. Next week, it might be 10 clients. You know what I'm saying? Take it one little thing at a time. Boom, boom, boom. They gonna start seeing, they gonna talk like, girl, who did your nails, girl? Who did your makeup? Like, you know, it's gonna come. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what y'all think of this video, and let me know what some more videos that y'all want to see. Thank you so much, y'all. And period. Bye.